So again, good morning. So even before starting this one, I hope any questions, any doubts are there from any of the previous sessions, like we have completed two. So anything is there in that one? Any doubts, any questions? Okay. Okay, I'll take silence as a no. Okay. But yes, still, so understand here, right? This training is completely like you guys consider as your fresher, right? I know like people are experienced in here and they have good exposure on this one, but still, from a learning perspective, whenever we learn, say, like there's no wrong questions and all, right? If you have any doubts, anything in there you want to understand from this perspective, or any doubts from the previous session, right? You can always ask, and you can always like reach out to me in that one. So no issues in it. Okay. Okay. Now let's start with this one quickly. We'll just briefly go with this assessment. So which of the following profile information maintained supplier with the Ariba supplier information management tool? So what all we maintain in this one? So you can see this, what all information. So you see, right, the questionnaire that we have it there, right? So Duns and bat number was there, certifications and sustainability is there, ISO certificate we can ask in there. So the answer is all of the above, right? So we generally check all these things so we can see this way. Abbreviation of SIPM, supplier information and performance management. So this is how we keep it the SIPM full form. Same, you have supplier lifecycle performance help reduce onboarding, qualify cycle time, scale compliance. So these are all like all of them, because it helps you to fasten the process, SLP, and onboarding, easy onboarding and all. So from that perspective, SLP is useful, the way we discuss, right? So you've seen it. So we can do the supplier request, we can do the registration, onboarding the supplier can get the response, he can respond on to a particular questions that you are asking. So all those things you can perform in here. Okay. Select the status of questionnaire from this: not responded, pending approval, rejected, expire. So you can see this. So these are the upper one, A and B, and rejected and expire also is there. So if you want to reject, like, so someone's, if the questionnaire which you have submitted, the supplier submitted, you didn't find it useful, maybe the supplier initially mentioned so many things that he can do it, but when we ask some credentials for that one, supplier didn't provide that. So you can reject that supplier also, right? So basically this you will see in the practical life, right? When you talk to the supplier will say, sir, yes sir, I can provide you anything, you just give me business, I will do this and that and all, right? They mention these things generally, but when we go for actual requirement, they might be arranging it from somewhere else, they will be getting it in material from somewhere else and all. So they are not giving the same credibility. It's like they are just working as a middleman, the trader we say, right? The reseller of the trader. So sometimes, but we need some materials which are like specific from the manufacturer and all, or we call it OEMs, right? So from that perspective, we see that some of the times that when we actually do the registration of a supplier, we sometimes we reject the supplier. Okay, so from that perspective, these things will work. Now, what are the process involved in the supplier registration? So invitation letter is there, landing page, new user registration is there, account configuration is there. So all of that. So account configuration and all those things I will be covering up later when we will be discussing a little bit on a supplier side. Okay. So from that perspective, that moment of time, we'll discuss this one. I'll be showing you that how you can see the account configuration and all those things. Now, so here you can see this, the qualification. So generally we do the qualification on this category, region and purchase organization perspective. Sometimes company code and business unit is also there. So still we need to cover that qualification. I'll be showing you this qualification also. Okay, but major is this like category, commodity, so region, and the either your business unit or purchasing order. So you can select all these things in here. Based on that, you will be selecting or qualifying. So basically qualify a supplier based on these 3 or 4 parameters. Okay. When a supplier request is submitted, the default duplicate check search for the existing in the happens. So yes, that happens in here. So when we check this one, like whenever we are submitting the supplier, so contact name, at least partial match of the supplier followed by DUNS number. So these things we generally get into the system to check in here, right? So when a supplier request is submitted, so this one will be checked at this for the combination of the details. So generally, I think the here you can see this is the match for the full name of the supplier. Okay, so the full name of the supplier, that is the thing that we got it check in there. Okay. Then coming in here, which solutions are part of SAP Ariba management portfolio? So these are, you can say, like information is not there. SLP is SIPM. Okay, SIPM, supplier is sourcing. So Ariba sourcing is like it's a little different, but yes, you can say like also sourcing is there, but sourcing is like a different module. But yeah, these things are there. This supply chain collaboration is also a different aspect, different module, where you need to more focus from the what you can say, like more focus on the forecasting, demand planning. Okay, so that is like more on a supply chain collaboration perspective. Supplier risk is for the analysis, and sourcing is for different, that will be covering up. SLP that we have already covered, and SIPM is like earlier SIPM is generally used. Now like SLP is the one which is like taken precedence over the SIPM. Okay. Now, every supplier's 360-day profile includes a registration area, even if the supplier has not started registration. So you can say that true. So because whenever we create the very first time when we create a request, so by default that 360-degree profile gets generated. So we have seen it yesterday, right? Like yesterday, I think day before yesterday, that when we create a supplier, by default when we open the supplier, the 360-degree profile. So this is the one, right? When we open the supplier management, let me open it. So if I click on this one, so this is the profile, view supplier profile here. By default, when you create it, even like the supplier is not registered and all, even though you get this profile in here. So this is nothing but, as I mentioned, right, this page is nothing but a 360-degree profile of the supplier. So the same thing, if you see in here, that it got like basically whenever you just create it, it will get in there. Okay. Now here a supplier contact participates in the following. So there are two correct: internal supplier qualification. A supplier contact participates in which of the following life cycle? So internal, no. Internal supplier request is, you remember, right? The supplier contact do not work in it. As I mentioned, right, it's an internal process. The supplier request is a internal process. Supplier request, no information will be shared with the supplier. This is our internal process. Our vendor master team and all, they need to work on it.
Jai,
Yes, please.
so there is another process that is called as external supplier request. So in this case, internal supplier request, we raise the request. But what if a vendor wants to work with our company? He raises the request. So what is that process?
Yeah, in that process, basically what you need to do is you need to
So
enable some.
are we going to cover that process?
No, actually that requires more of your IT related information. Basically what happens is,
Because
if you
I
want.
see qualification, disqualification, modular questionnaires, process request. We haven't supplier risk. We haven't covered it.
Yeah, so that is another process altogether.
So are we going to cover the qualification and all
Yeah,
questionnaires, modular questionnaires, process request?
yes, we will be covering that one.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So basically what happens is, when you are going for the actual supplier request, what you need to do is you need to post an URL. Basically what happens is you need to make your portal open for the every supplier in the market. They can register, they can request for the external request.
Right.
Okay, so in that scenario, what you need to do is whatever the link is there for your supplier request, right, that you need to post on your company's portal or somewhere else where the everyone can access. Like when you open your company's website, right, like www.tcs.com, right, that everyone can access in the market, right? So the link should be there on that port. So what will happen is, if any supplier who wants to join, like connect with you, so that with that external supplier request, they will be submitting that request there. Okay, so it will be linked. So that is why I said, right, see, it required that IT team. Generally what happens is they need to give you the access of the firewall and all, and the Ariba link needs to be posted on your portal, so that generally IT team can do that. Okay, so
Okay.
from there the data will get fetched and will be shown into the system. So these are the things, like these are process is same, but this process includes more on a part where you need to set up something on your portal, like not on Ariba portal, that is on your company's website. And the backend is like you need to connect those via, I think, APIs and all those things are there. So your IT team will work on the APIs and all and connect that system, so that whatever the request will be coming common from the market, okay, that will be coming here then from the common market from your portal to in your Ariba system.
But Jay, when you use the supplier request form for the Ariba's one, so there is a limitation, right? So we need to use these many requests per year or something. Is that?
No, I don't think so there's any limitation in that. See, if you are posting there, like people can submit, like if you are putting for the open portal, right? Like an open register the supplier request on your web, on your company's portal, if you are posting that URL, right? So in that scenario, any supplier, n number of supplier, they can submit their request that they want to connect with you. That you need to verify whether you want to allow, but there's no limitation on this. Like there's many suppliers only can connect or not. So that limitation is not there.
Limitation. I mean, for example, if a client is buying some license, right? So they will have some limitations, so that you need to use these many request forms or something like that.
No, I didn't get your question. You are asking from the Ariba perspective or like?
Yeah, Ariba perspective.
So forms in the sense I didn't get the form. So
No,
basically the when you are,
whatever you have the right internal supply request forms, those will those we have some limitations, right? So we need to use these many only. So per year you have to use, for example, 250 supply request forms, like that.
so forms you will not be changing, right? See, okay, you
But
can
no,
use
Jai, his point is how many suppliers we can register in a year. So is there any limitation, like we register 250 suppliers? Do we have to take licenses from the from Ariba, like 500 suppliers, 250 suppliers, 1000 suppliers? Is there any such with Ariba?
no. There's no limitation. You can add n number of suppliers. There's no issues in that one. I don't think so. Frankly speaking, I haven't seen anything like because see, when we like in case of migrations and all, right, people generally load like 50,000 suppliers immediately and all, and even the lot of requests even every time comes. So I don't think so. Like there's a limitation on adding the suppliers in a particular year, like 250 suppliers only in a year and all. I don't think so. Anything is there, but like frankly speaking, I haven't seen it, and I haven't find any customer is complaining about that one that they are not allowed to more suppliers within a year or something. So that is not a limitation. That's not there, I think. Have you come across anything like you seen any documentation where it is mentioned like there is a specific number of suppliers can be onboarded in a year? Frankly speaking, like I haven't seen it. Like I'm happy to learn on that part, but I haven't seen it. Frankly speaking. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but I heard like there is a limitation to use supplier requests. So that is the reason they are not providing this link to the website URL.
See, I think, like first of all, when we are negotiating, when we are buying the tool from SAP Ariba, right? By standard, there are a lot of limitations from the Ariba side. They will say like you cannot have more than 50 tasks in a template. You cannot have this much of a template, right? These kind of things. But these all are dependent on how you are negotiating. If you are negotiating more on that, when you are, if I give you an example, like when you buy these modules, right? Ariba by default provide you some custom fields, like you can use 10 custom fields. Okay, they by default provide some value of that. But still, if you need more custom fields, you can negotiate at that moment of time, or later on you can pay and get that thing. Okay, so it's always with that like negotiations are there, and you need to ask them that we want this much, so they will provide you. Either it should be paid or not, that is like between the, like you can say like when you are buying it, that you can discuss it. But as such as like specifically if you are asking for something, so that is like there's no like limitation in that one. But yes, if it is something like that way, so you can initially discuss these things with the when you are buying the module, and they will definitely like open those things and all. Okay. Yeah. So Ariba is a customized tool. You can understand, right? So it's a lot of customizations are there from the Ariba perspective, and like especially for the point that you does like custom fields or any request forms or task in a template, all those things. Even like they provide only I think 2 or 3 templates initially, and each template can have 50 tasks, 2 events like that way. So that is something standard of SAP Ariba. Otherwise, what will happen is, for example, if Ariba is providing you tool, right? You will say no, prepare 50 templates. Now, if you like generally as per the timeline, you need to implement the Ariba module within 24 weeks or something, right? That is the standard timeline from Ariba side. If you ask them to create 50 templates, then it will obviously take more time, right? And they will say like these are not a not a correct request, right? So to limit those things, they have kept something as there, like we will not be providing this much. But yes, obviously this doesn't happen like that way when we implement and all. So little bit up and down always there, and they generally do not make any fuss of that one. But still, to be get more sure on that part, when you are buying something, you can ask them. Okay, so they will open it, and that negotiation time they can even increase that values, whatever the limit if they have set up initially, so they can increase that one also. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, so these are the things. So I think like these things are more from knowledge perspective. You guys can also go through with these things on like once you get a time in here. So it will help you to like understand better, to check a little bit idea, getting the idea on your knowledge perspective. So refreshing, so that things you can do on this. Okay. Now, here you can see this Ariba supplier management. This is what we have done till yesterday, right? So before this one, let me continue and let me show you the part which we have left out regarding the partition data. Okay, I'll come back in here, then we'll start the qualification. Let me first do that one. So if I go into the supplier here, so organization values, or I can just put anywhere in this one, Jakumar 38. Now, if I click on this one, now partition data is there. Okay, let me edit this one so I can show you better in this one. Okay, I'm going to action and edit. Okay, this is why I'm going to edit this one. Now, in this one, when I'm going to the partition data, and here I'm going to edit this partition data. So this is the information that I want to show you. So first of all, as I mentioned, right, the partition data of the supplier will be used from the downstream perspective. Here, if you see this purchasing org, okay, so purchasing org is here. In this one you can select. So if you select like whatever the master, so purchasing org is generally considered as the master data. So if you have loaded something, you can choose that this supplier will be like linked with this purchasing org, right? So for example, you are purchasing org 1, 2, 3. So you can say like this supplier belongs to the purchasing org 1. So you can associate that here. You can associate multiple purchasing org also. Okay. And here you can see this informations are coming, name, unique name. Always remember, you can change the name of the supplier, but the unique name, always this unique IDs and unique name, they are not editable. Okay. Even unique name is like, unique name is across, like you can say all the modules, whenever you are loading the data, there will be a unique name. That unique name for exceptions, either it's an exception or either as a field is there, anything is there. So unique name will always be like unique, and you will not be able to change that. You need to like keep it as it is. Okay, so that's why the unique name, you can change the name. You will find these two fields in most of the cases, unique name and the name. You will get an option to change the name, but this unique name, so basically unique name is kind of like the backend, the data which is linked with the backend, right? That is the name. So even though if I change this name in here, this ID will remain common, and you will be finding out this ID is the actual one which is what communicating at backend. Okay, so that is like the design. You can say like it's a design of Ariba system. This is how it has been created. So then you can have some URLs if you want to, if the supplier has provided you any catalog URL he has provided, buyer, the person who has buyed, any preferred currency you want to set in here. So these things are like sometimes by default comes from the user profile also, but yes, if you want to from the supplier, you can have it in here. Okay, so payment terms and all those things you can set up in here. Okay, so these things works from here, and here comes
Jai.
Yes, please.
So can you just lower it down? So what needs to be filled up in the buyer option? So there are so many buyers in an organization.
Yes.
So you can add as many as buyers.
No. So you can add only one, the person like who generally taken care of this one. Like for example, I have raised it. Okay. So maybe like I'll just search for my name in here. So I'm the buyer. So
So
I'm the
you are the
person
buyer.
who,
So for this, you can be the project owner also, but there is a supplier manager also. So is it a supplier manager or is it a buyer?
no, it's a buyer. So supplier manager is different. Supplier manager is coming from the perspective that who's the person who has like taking care in the future. For example, like for
But
example,
buyer keeps changing. Maybe for some requirement, I will purchase something. Another requirement, maybe there is another person who will be purchasing something. So is it mandatory or what? Is
no,
it
no,
optional?
these are not mandatory here. You can see these are optionals in here. And okay, understand here this thing. Buyer is the person who will be the who has created this one, right? Buyer is the person. So for example, I have created it. Supplier manager will be the person who will be from the supplier management team or vendor master team. He will be taking care of the future part of it, right? I have created something, or you can say like I have created this one, I have made this supplier, I have created this supplier, but who will take care in the future? The vendor master team.
Okay. So from the BNI point of view, what is mandatory in this section?
So like whatever mandatory, like so these things are like basically you can say the name, unique name, and all those things are mandatory. Other things are not mandatory here. So these are all, you can see this. Even there's nothing mandatory, you can say like kind of in this one, because only that if you are not using this supplier. So for example, I do not select any purchase order. Okay, you want to use this supplier, you will not be able to use it. You need to have set up the purchase order if you want to. If you just want to use it for upstream, that you can do it. But from the downstream perspective, from the BI&L perspective, you need to define the purchase order for which you want this supplier. By default,
Okay.
you can see the informations are already coming in here.
And what about the pay? I think this unique ID is created by SAP Ariba. I mean, by the internal system.
Yes, yes. As soon
So
as
we
you
don't
created
have
the
any
part,
say in the unique name. Okay. So can you just lower it down? What about the payment terms?
so you can choose the payment terms. What are the payment terms we discuss with the supplier? Payment terms
Okay.
is your like master data which will be coming. You can choose like this is the payment term has been provided by the supplier. So let's select this one.
So
So
what
by
if
default,
I keep it blank?
no
So
issues,
so
no
is there
issues.
any issue at the time of payment?
No, 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 there will be. So basically, what happens is when you are creating the PRPO in the downstream sites, what happens is at that moment of time, when you are creating the PR, system will ask you any payment term. At that level, also, you can choose. It's not mandatory. You need to maintain in here. You can choose at that level also. The benefit of setting up in here is by default, when you are creating these things, like the payment term of the supplier will be fetched from here. But if you're not setting, it does not mean that it will not work. What will happen is when you are creating the PR, selecting this supplier, at that moment of time, you can choose the supplier's payment term also.
Okay, let's say I have kept here in this, I mean, in this page, I have kept the payment terms 45 days, and at the time of PR, the user or the buyer is keeping it 30 days. So what will the system take? System will consider the 30 days or the 45 days?
No, the when you have set up it later on. So this field is like dynamic. You can change the value as per your requirement. It doesn't work like that. It's you are setting up here. This is a default value. You can say.
So
Okay,
what if
it's not.
we in the master data we have kept the payment terms at 45 days, and at the time of PR it is changed to 30 days. So you mean to say it will take from the PR time. So the PR we have mentioned as 30 days. It will take from there, not from the master data.
Master data is for okay, see, as I mentioned, right? So master data is to fetch the detail when you are say doing this on a default basis. When you are selecting the supplier, and by default, if you are loading some data in that master data, you are pulling up there, that data will come in here. Later on, you have the option to change it, right? Like later on, you have the option to change this information. Same happens for all the other. So as you like you have worked on the PRQ, right? So when we create a PR, by default, all the information comes in here, cost
Mm-hmm.
center, GL, and all those things. I
Mm-hmm.
hope that you're right. That is clear, right? Like, but when you go in there, sometimes you need to book the cost on some different cost center, on a different GL account, or sometimes you need to even change the account type in there, right? So
Right.
you can change all those things, and your PO goes from that perspective only, not from the by default, which is there earlier came into the like by default pop up into the system, right? When you just clicked on the create PR, and by default that some information followed in there, that doesn't go in there, right? You later on added those information, and based on that only your PO get released.
Okay.
Okay, similar way, these things that we are setting up in here are the details which are coming by default when you are selecting this information. Later on, when you are going for the actual PR creation and all, you can edit a lot of things in there. Okay,
Okay.
So based on that, these things work. This is how the Ariba system works. Okay, this is the design of Ariba system, that you will be getting the basic information, setting up from the system in here, and later on you will be able to change some of the informations in there based on your requirement, especially the accounting types.
Okay.
Jay, do we have that partner roles kind of scenario here? So invoicing partner will be different, and the GR sending partner will be different. The addresses of the
So
vendor.
address, or like, so are you referring to the partner like the person who's like the requester of the PR and the requester of the invoice?
No, supplier will be sending from some other address, right? Invoicing party will be different, and so we have in SAP, right? We have different roles for the same vendor. So invoicing partner, invoicing party address will be different.
Okay,
And
you're referring to the business partner role in ERP, like vendor and
in Ariba,
supply.
in Ariba, do we have multiple address for the same vendor?
Yeah, address, you can have multiple address. Here it is. Like, see, add supplier locations. So here.
No, Jay. I mean, Pawan is asking regarding, for an example, I am the buyer. Okay.
Mhm.
I have the role of vendor role as well. I mean, the buyer and supplier role as well. So in ECC, if I create a vendor, okay, that particular vendor would be an transport vendor and invoice vendor as well. So depending upon the business scenario, when I create a PO, I would be supplying the goods to the plant, and I may be the transport vendor, or maybe Pawan would be a transport vendor and invoice vendor would be another one. So
No.
depending upon the GRN,
Mhm.
we can keep the transport vendor as Pawan and invoice vendor as Anil. So
No. That functionality is
so
not there in this.
that there is a partner function payrolls. I mean, when creating the PO, we can assign who is the particular vendor who is acting that particular role. On that particular one, we can do the GRN or the invoice. So
No.
he's
Currently,
asking
that
on
is
that particular one.
that is not there here, because here only one thing is, like whatever the PO has been issued to that, only that supplier will be submitting, and there will be no specific roles in there. So it will be generally happens like when the supplier is submitting some invoices and all, so they will be just PO flip and all those things they will be doing at their side. They will be loading the invoice against that purchase order. So there will be no on that percent. So even the GRNs are like not comes into the picture, or they will be like for internal verification only, that two-way, three-way match, but not from that perspective. So that functionality is not here in Ariba side.
Okay. And
Yeah,
another
but
question.
Rajesh.
Uh,
Yeah, I just want to know when we are releasing the PO to some vendor. So how come any third party will raise the invoice for that service or for that material?
No,
I,
actually, see,
I am only.
you are the buyer, I am the vendor.
Okay.
My invoicing address is in Mumbai, but but goods are coming from the Bangalore.
Okay, bill to address and ship to address is different.
Exactly. So we have such kind of differentiation in the Ariba portal for that supplier.
Yeah, I think
Bill to ship to is
we
there.
have.
Bill to ship to
Bill
is
to ship
there.
to is there.
Bill to ship to is there, but I like, see, if you are asking something like someone else can raise a like transport supply different, or like that is different. Bill to ship to part is there. Bill to ship to plant. So that thing will cover. So that thing we will be covering when we discuss the downstream part. So that moment of time, I'll show you all these things. Okay.
Another thing, Jay.
Yes, please.
You said that the purchase organization are predefined in Ariba, or we need to create this one?
No, you need to create it. So purchasing orders you will be creating as per your own requirement, whatever the purchasing orders you are using, anything in there. So that you will be loading in here. So that will be coming as in your master data in the system, and you will be loading it into the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Is there an organization structure defined here?
So organization, like, so basically you can say like the company code is the one, like purchasing org is there, company code is there, and the plant is there. So on the top, the company code, then purchasing org, then plant. So these are the basic information, and then later on you will be finding out that business unit or P2 Ariba groups are there, purchasing groups are there. Same way, like this is the way it is been there in the ERP side. It's quite similar to the way it is here in the Ariba also.
Okay.
Jay, are you covering that org structure also? How to map company code to plant, purchase org?
No, like actually those things are basically, see, I will be showing you all those things, but as I said, like, see, these are all specific. Every company have their own system. So sometimes some companies keep the purchasing org a little later. They keep the plant, or someone keeps the company code little later and keep the purchasing group on the top. So these are some specific to the customer, but I will be showing you that how we are maintaining the company codes in the system. If you want to make it up and down, or how you are using the purchasing group and all those things. So that things I will be covering up in. I will be
Okay.
showing you all. Yeah.
So,
Check.
from ECC point of view, first basically we will do the basic configuration level, right? As you explained. Okay. So company code, the plant, the storage location. This is the organization structure in MM. Okay. So I mean, there may be a scenario, different type of scenarios as you explained as per the business process. But as you explained, the plant, the storage location, and the purchase organization plays an important role for MM part, for procuring all that part one. So if you show the basic org structure, how way to create and that one, so that we can analyze the process which you are explaining, right, while creating the buyer or the seller, so that we can cooperate. I mean, we can understand that particular one.
Definitely.
And another thing, you said that, I mean, which Koil was asking, after creating a PO, I mean, the cost center, or we can change that particular one. But when we do this particular configuration from the back end, the cost center or this particular one from ECC point of view, we can't change, as is predefined by the FI team in the back end. For a consignment process, if we select that one, the cost center should be the predefined one, and it would be allocated to that particular cost center only. But we can't change that particular cost center later on. So how it is linked, we need to know. I mean, later on in session.
Yeah, I totally agree with. So these things actually, basically, right, the thing that we are discussing, right, these are things from the downstream perspective. If I open my PPT here quickly, so sorry. If you see here, so these things will be coming here when we will be discussing this PR to PO process. Okay, so this is there in our course content. Then I will be showing you before this one how we maintain this cost center, GL account, and how you change it, how you maintain it at the backend level, like WBS, account type, asset, and all. So all those things are there in the system. How we maintain it, that things I will be showing you in the system. So just give me, like, once we discuss this, I will be able to explain these things, because these are all from the downstream perspective. Okay, so even before we will start the downstream, I will also show you like how we load the data in the Ariba system. All this data, master data. Okay, so if it is in a system, if your system is integrated, obviously you can have the batch jobs and every data is getting pulled up into the Ariba system. But if not integrated, how you are going to maintain, how you are going to load the data, how you are going to map the data. For example, you have a purchasing org and you need to have a plant. You have a supplier which is having this payment term, a supplier which is having this, you can say, like a delivery address and all those things, right? So multiple things are there, company code related to the purchasing or compliant is maintained this one. All these combinations are like known as mapping in the Ariba side. So I will be showing you that also. The GL account, commodity code with this particular account type, how these things works in that. So these things are all from the perspective of downstream, right? So as I mentioned initially, right, that is the difference, upstream and downstream. So upstream, we do not take care of these things in here, right? These things will be taken care at the downstream. Once we start the downstream part, I will be showing you all these things, your queries, right? So we'll cover these points, the points that you have made, right? Like how to maintain this data, what are the mappings are there, how you can change it, how you can load this, all those things I will be covering up in there. Okay, fair enough?
Okay, Jay.
Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go back in here. Okay, so these are the
Jay, I have a follow-up question in regards to this downstream. So actually, a lot of data like master data or structured data comes in from the SAP. It gets replicated from SAP. So can you, or rather, what will happen if you also maintain the same data here? I mean, there'll be redundancy, or the data from SAP will override this.
Yes. So in some cases, what happens is there are when we say, right, the data load are there. Okay. So data load happens in the two manners. One is full load, another is incremental load. Okay. So full load is the load where what happens is, like, if you are putting, for example, if you are pushing company codes from your ERP system to the Ariba system. Okay. In that scenario, what happens is, if you are putting a full load, all your current data in Ariba system, for example, you have currently 10 company codes in Ariba system. Okay. So what I'm saying is here, like, you have currently 10 Ariba, 10, if I say here, for example, if I give you an example here, you have currently 10 company codes, 10 company code. Sorry for the spelling, just a second. Company code in Ariba. Okay. Now you are running a full load having 50 company codes, which are getting pushed from the ERP to Ariba. Like, you can say ERP to Ariba. Okay. And having 100 company codes, like, or maybe 50, like, you can say like 50 company codes. Now you are pushing from the ERP to Ariba. If it's a full load, we call this like full load and incremental load. If you are doing this full load, the data is coming in. So you will see that. So these things, if you guys like ERP side, you are good and all. So you have all the access also. So you will see there are two options you can choose. Either you want to do a full load or incremental load. There are toggle buttons are there. You can choose that one. And once you click on the full load, what it does is it will deactivate the existing data completely. Whatever the company codes are there in Ariba, it will deactivate them, and only these 50 whatever coming is there will be there in the system, in the Ariba system.
Okay.
This is full load. Okay, this is what it is known as full load. But if you are doing load of these 50 data as an incremental load, okay, incremental load is a load like you can say it's an update. It does not mean to change the existing data. It will load, it will in like, so you will be having, after incremental load, you will be having the 60 data, 60 company codes basically. So this is the logic. So if you see this, I will be showing you here, as I mentioned also, like every changes we do in the production also. Okay. So we need to be very sure what you are doing it. So there, when you load any data into the Ariba system, there are 4 options comes. It's a load, create, update details, update only, those kind of things can, and deactivate. We never recommend, we only use this full load when you are doing for the first time. Because for example, what happens is, like, you bought the Ariba system today for testing purpose and all. You initially loaded some data in the Ariba system and tested the system, everything is working fine. After a month, you want to go live. Now you want to load a correct data. In that moment of time, you can run a full load, because earlier whatever the data you have loaded in the Ariba system was for test. So you want to deactivate that data. You just want that production system should have only the legit data in there. Okay, no test data should be there. At that moment of you can do the full load. But once you have done the full load with the actual data, after that we never recommend to go for a full load. It should always be the incremental. That is like, you can say like, this is how the process works. So this is how the design. Okay. So even though if your batch jobs are there from Ariba, from ERP side, you will see that the batch jobs will be having always as an incremental. That you can check also from the ERP perspective. They will not be set as a full load. Okay. So these are some functionalities, or these are some like I can say that the way the data being maintained, or you can say like it get updated between these two systems, if it is an integration. If not, then definitely, like, I will be also showing like how you can do the same thing in Ariba via the manual. Like, that is, we load the data in the CSV files in here. So at that moment of time also the same scenario works. We need to load it. So we need to kind of update the data. We cannot do the full load here. So we get an option is there. It is written in here in a different language at update only. So if you do that, it will be run as a full load. Okay. But we never recommend that. So I will be showing you all those things. I will be showing you in the system when we go for this data perspective. Okay.
So can you create all master data and all org data in Ariba as well as ECC, or there's a limitation?
No, you can help. See, whatever is required from the Ariba side, you can load all the data. So there are actually, basically, if I will be showing you later on, that you have all the required data that you want to load in Ariba. That task, basically we call them the tasks, those are already created and configured by Ariba. For example, your plant, your payment terms, your purchasing org, your company code, your users. If you name anything, I'll connect, like you will find the name there. So via which you can load the data in Ariba system.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So it's there. So just give me some time. As I said, right? So that is actually part which is more relevant from the downstream perspective. So that's why I kept it for later. First, we are covering this one. So, but it will be covered when we'll start the downstream part, right? It will be shown. I will be showing you all those things in there. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now let me go back in there. Okay. So here you can see this. This is the name in here. Okay. I'm going to add in here. So you can see this. This is already one is created, supplier location. And here you can see the important things, some of the things which is I want to show you here, that this is the one preferred ordering method. Okay. So we say here preferred ordering method. So you can see this fax, email, printing, and electronic ordering. This plays a very important role for the downstream perspective, like how the supply, how you are going to send a PO. Whenever you are at the downstream side, when you're going to create the PO, how the PO goes to the supplier. Okay. So I think some of people have already worked on these things. So any idea on this one? Any guess what this mean? Okay, let's take an answer, take a quiz. So these kind of questions you will find there in the, you can say, when you are going for an exam. Okay. Preferred ordering method. Which preferred ordering method will not allow to send the PO to the supplier?
Fax.
Okay, anyone else?
Printing.
Yes, correct. Printing is the correct one. Okay, and same way, another question: what is the default preferred ordering method set by Ariba for any supplier?
Electronic
ordering.
No, default is printing.
Electronic.
Default. See, like I have seen it somewhere, like it's a default is printing, because what happens is, okay, so here, let's say this, maybe it's in electronic. So basically what happens is when you see in here, right? So fax is like earlier it was used the fax, you have to maintain the fax number and the goes like the PO goes on the fax number and all. Okay. But nowadays like fax is completely, you can know, like outdated service. Email, all the purchase order will be sent to the supplier to the email. Okay. He will be receiving this in the inbox. Printing is like kind of a by default, if you create it there here, so sometimes the printing comes, or maybe electronic ordering become nowadays at the this one. So printing is the one. In that case, the system do not attempt to send the purchase order. Okay. And electronic ordering, like this is EDIs and all other methods are there. So this is like the supplier, like the system will send the PO like that through via this electronic ordering, and supplier will be receiving on the portal. So these things you need to check some of the times, like these are the issues you will generally find. Okay, when you are working on a supplier, on a customer, right? You have set up all these things. Customers trying to create a purchase order, and the purchase order system didn't even try to send the PO. Okay, system didn't even try to send the PO. So in this scenario, what you need to check is the very first thing you will be checking is first is coming back here and checking what is set here, the preferred ordering method. Okay, so if it is a printing, you need to change it, either to the email or either to the electronic. This you need to change it. Okay, so this is how some of these informations you need to check in here. Okay, so this is the one that I want to show you, because this is very important, especially these kind of lot of issues comes in here, because whenever you are updating something, any data being pushed from the from like outside system and all, so sometimes these things like this get reset, or you can say like reset to the default ordering method. Sometimes it's printing, or sometimes if it is not printing, if it is electronic, that is fine. If it is printing, then it will be like system will stop sending your PO to the particular supplier. So you need to check in here, and you need to remove, and you need to work on it. Okay, so these things you will be checking in here from the downstream perspective. So this is like basically you can say like the supplier having the what you can say, multiple this one basically options are there for the, and one more thing in here, location. If you change, for example, you are creating a PO, you have created the PO for Jayakumar this city, okay, whatever the city is coming in here, for example Bangalore, right? First is the Bangalore, then you have another location here, you can create one more location here. If you change the location between the PO, it will generate a new purchase order number. That is also the functionality of Ariba system, that if you change the supplier location, it will generate a new purchase order number. So I think this,
when the PO is in process or what? Is in approving stage or what?
no, so approving state, how you will be changing it? You will need to withdraw it, right? You will be changing it only when it has been already done, right? Version 2, like PR already been done first time and the PO already been sent. After that only you can change it, right? If it is already in the approval process, so it's already going in the first stage, right? The PO number didn't generate it, but PO when the PO number generates.
So my question is, so once when will it create a version 2? Once the PO is released or when?
Yeah, that is like, see, that is, if you create a PR first of all, right, in the first time, once the PO gets generated, that is only, right, you have the first version date. Only after that you will be creating it. If you are editing that one, changing it, then only it will create a version 2. If you are even first time, if you have created a PR, it's in the approval flow, if you withdraw that or you edit that, it will remain the same version because it didn't create the PO, right? It will remain in the same version. So versions get created only once your one cycle is completed, your PR is converted into a PO. So for one respective PR, you have the one PO. Now, once the PO has been created, after that, you need to change it. Okay, after that, if you are changing it, then system will generate the version.
Okay.
So
Let's suppose PO. Okay.
Okay,
You
supplier
continue.
Yeah, supplier will create the GR for version 1 or will be having option to create GR for version 1 and version 2 or only version?
No, what happens is the GR will be generated for the only for the latest version. If you have generated the PR for the older version, right? If you are making any changes, you need to reverse that GR. Otherwise, it will give you an error in the later stage. And also, you can create the version of a purchase order. If you want to amend the existing line item, if you want to amend that one, you need to have this, like any invoice, if it is posted, you need to get it reversed. Or if any GR has been posted, you need to get it reversed. When the status of the purchase order in ordered status, then only you will be able to edit the, like you can change that line item. For example, initially you ordered 5 quantity, you created the PO went to the supplier. Later on, like you forgot, okay, like this quantity should be 10. Now, if you have already GR those 5 line items, you need to reverse that. Even any invoice posted, like I'm saying, like invoice only posted, not paid, or not even, like you can say reconciled. Okay, just in the composing status or something. So you might need to, like you will be canceling that one, rejecting that one, then you will be reversing your GR on that one, and then you will be changing the quantity from 5 to 10. So I'll show you. So these things are from the downstream. Like, see, we are gone into the downstream side. Give me some time. When we start the downstream side, I will be showing you that how we are editing the PR, how we are creating the versions also in there, how we are going to change, amend the PO, any reversal of the GR, negative GR, how we are going to create the invoice against a purchase order. All those things are there in our content. I will be showing you all those things there. Okay.
Sorry, Jay. So, I just want to know one thing. So, can we just a second? So, can we create this partition supplier data via ERP integration or import? Because I don't think we are going to do it for every single vendor. So, there must be some easier process like mass, like mass doing it.
Yeah, so I think yesterday, like I showed, right, the supplier location, the file. I think if you remember, right, I think I downloaded also like yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, so supplier location file, when you are doing it, so you can create the partition data from supplier location here. So once you maintain the entry for the same supplier, and once you loading it there, so even if you see this, like when you having the supplier file, right? Supplier, if you export the supplier file and import it, there are two files. One is supplier.csv, another is supplier location.csv. These two files you need to load it, and the system will generate the supplier also and the partition data of that supplier. Both things get generated in that.
What about the payment method?
So all these features are there. If it is there, that is there in that one. If not, there are other files. Like for payment methods, and generally what you need to do is payment. First, you need to load the payment separately as a payment. Like there's a payment.csv file in there, and then you need to have the mapping of it. That supplier to purchasing org and the payment term mapping is there. So those things you need to load it from it. So this data import. So I will be coming here. Okay, let me quickly show you. Okay,
so one thing, like you have shown us the supplier location. Is that the build to location or ship to location?
Everything is here. So here, if you see this is the task name. Okay, you are saying build to. Sorry,
no, but not in that partition data. When you have partitioned the supplier data, that is you have mentioned some location there. That is the build to location or ship to location? No, I think that's a ship to location.
Yeah, so that file, the informations in that file, everything is there. So we need to just look into that one, and you can see like whatever the informations are there, that will be coming in here. So build to, ship to, all those things come in there. Okay. So all those options are there in the file to load it. So any file that you want to load it, so it will be shown in here. So for example, like payment terms, you're saying like payment terms. If you search here, so first you need to load the payment terms from here. Let me show that. So here you can see this payment related info, import payment terms. So you will be loading payment terms via this one. So you can download first, export, you can download the file format, whatever the format. So it itself explains the files are there and the formats are already there. As I mentioned, I think I showed you yesterday, right? That header, the two files, the first is the UTF encoding and the second is the header. Those two fields we never touch it. Only the data we need to enter and we need to load the file. So whatever you mention here, everything is there, like company code. So these things, so you can load the company code also in this one. See here, import company codes, any mapping with the WBS and all those things are in here. So it's not mandated to load each and everything. Whatever you are required, whatever the things that you want in the system, you can load it. Okay. So everything is there. See, even supplier is there. So if you want to load the supplier and partition data and all, so those things also you can load in here. So you can see the supplier location context, supplier organization, supplier location consolidated file. So these are some files are there which you can load and it will generate and update the data. Even import suppliers are there, tax registration numbers are there. So all those things which you are going to maintain the data will be maintained from under the site manager here. Okay, so just give me some time. See, these things are more from a downstream perspective. So I'll come there and I'll be showing you a lot of things here. Even I'll explain this data dictionary to initially to help you out how you can read the files, how you can work on the files, what are the length you need to put up in there, what is the string length and all. So quite of these things I will be trying to explain you on this one. Okay. So I think let's go from this. I think supplier side, I think it's okay. Any doubts on the supplier side now? Any questions on the supplier? So basically the basic idea, at least I hope now it's quite clear on that common supplier, the supplier name in here, how to maintain the partition data, preferred ordering method, all these aspects are clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyone have doubts, please let me know on this one. Specifically from this side, if you have any doubts on this one. So, and this is also like a quick thing I just want to show, like if you want to deactivate any supplier, simply click in here, deactivate. So it will not be like, you will not be able to use this supplier. For example, deactivate, you are deactivating the supplier, click OK, it's done. Now you search it, it will not come. Either you search on top or down, it will go away. Okay, it will not come.
So if we have to do the mass deactivation, so we can do that import process, huh?
Yes, you can do that import process. Okay. So you can see this, it is not coming now. Okay. Now you can again, what you can do it active. I have selected active. Yes, you can simply select as active no, and so it will not come downstream. It will only come now in the upstream, because once you deactivate, the data got deleted, of the partition data got deleted automatically. Now you can see this only in the upstream it is coming, and if I click in here, I will activate again. So simply deactivate, activate. This is a simple process. So for example, some supplier you find out like this supplier is no longer required. This supplier is like close his business. We do not want this data in our system or like reflect in here. So deactivate it. And if it is there, activate it. Now, if you activate this one, if you search in active yes, search here, it will come in here. Now, if I click on this one, you will see this. partition data gone. You need to again create it. So this is like when you do the deactivation and all. So this is how the process works. What I want to try to show you is this is the process. Okay, so if when you are working on the customer side and all, so people these ask these things like if you deactivate this data gone and all. So this is like system functionality. If you deactivate, the partition data generally goes off of the supplier. You need to again set it up in the system. This is a simple process by which you can activate or deactivate. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's go back to our SLP, supplier management.
Yesterday when we try to import the file, the supplier name is not appear in the Excel file, right? So can you check it that one?
Yeah. Okay. Let me see this. Okay, let me go back core admin quickly. Data import export. Supplier. Okay. I'll export. Okay, export supplier. Okay, I'll export supply. Okay, I'll try to download this one. Okay, export supplier data. Export this one. Consolidated file here. Okay, here let me see if I can find out. So Control F, J. No, it's still not coming in here. I'm not sure. Here, if I go this one, and if I go in the name, tax filter equals to J. No, I don't think so. It's coming in here. I think there might be some issue in it, or I'm missing something here. I'm not sure on that part. Okay, so see, this is like sometimes like these are the test systems here, so it is also sometimes it gives some issues in this one. But let me try one more thing in here. Let me see this. If I can, just a second. If I go here in the supplier only, so supplier data. Export supplier, this one. Let me try this one also one more time. So here if I export this one, okay, sorry, if I just show in the folder. Okay, so supplier export 1.4 supplier. Oh, this is the one older one.
It is 4.
Yeah, I think this one is there. This one. Open with this is supply.csv. Let me open this one. Name here. Let me find out something on a filter basis. Let's see if it is there in this one. The name of J. It's not coming on the Jack Kumar name. maybe there's some issue with the syncing of the data. That's the only thing that it looks like in here. Okay, because it is, otherwise it should come in here, but it's not reflecting in here. Another one, I can just simply Control F, Jack Kumar. Might be there's some issue with the data synchronization effect. So let's do what we do is, like, today we will be creating also you guys as a supplier in the system. Okay, and I hope you guys can also use your, I think, official ID. Or is it possible if you can okay, so you will not be able to access Gmails, right? You guys able to access the Gmail, like from, if you, for example, the way I showed you, right, this one, like become a register and all this one, right? So if it is come on your email, you can forward to your official email ID, and from there you can access this link. Will that be possible or not?
That is possible.
Because what I'll do is, like, what I will do is I'll add you guys with a personal ID. You will receive this email, everyone. Okay, and then what you can do is you can forward this on your TCS, and then once you click here the link, then I think you can easily access your account, even though there's no link there. You can simply, like with Supplier.Ariba, you can use this on your official like laptop and all, and then you can key in your password, username and password, and you can access it for further, because this is just a one time. This email, this one is a one-time job, but because you will get a link from here to, like, register on this portal. Once you have this one, so after that you do not need like this one. This is a one time, so everyone can do that, so that I'll start adding you and creating you guys as a supplier in the Ariba system.
Okay.
Okay, everyone is fine with this approach, or please let me know. Like, I want, like, so that this needs to be done for everyone, so that you will be guys working on this one along with me, and whatever the request and registration process that I have completed from my side, you will also get a feel of it and how you are going to, because as I said, right, so this is a workshop training, so where you also need to get a little bit hands on the basics, all these things, so that way you can get it.
We are not sure whether we got the access or not for the Ariba system.
No, that is not, this one is supplier portal, so this one not required you to for having the, what you can say, the access for this supplier portal, sorry, like the Ariba access.
What is the need to forward to TCS ID when we can work from Gmail only?
No, like, okay, can you open your Gmail on TCS laptop? Is it okay? Like, I'm not sure, this is something internal yours, so I'm just saying, I'm just
Okay.
expect
That
if
was
you can
fine.
access.
Yeah, I can access because it's in a client laptop.
Okay, so that is like, so, like, everyone can manage somehow, right? I'm just want that
Okay.
if everyone can manage either this way or other way, that is fine with me, because mostly you guys will be looking on that one. So once you have this access, so you will be working as a supplier, so there later on you can you do not need any links and all, you can just simply click on the supplier.ariba.com and you can work on it. Okay, so let me create a supplier request here. Okay, so who wants to go? Anyone? Any volunteer? So anyways, like, we need to create for all, so that everyone get the hands on this one. So, but I just need, like, who wants to go first?
Yeah, you can create mine.
Okay.
RSHI.
RSHI. Sorry, RSHI. Is it okay?
Yeah, RISHI.
Okay.
Rishi.
RISHI. Rishi. Okay, Rishi Private Limited. Okay, I'll just put here first name as Rishi and last name as Kumar. Is okay, right? Like, these are all dummy data, so I'm just putting like on a normal basis, right? And here I need the personal email ID.
RISHI.
RISHI.
NAYYAR.
NAYYAR.
72 at Gmail.
72 at gmail.com. Okay. Okay. So please just check one more time here, because you will be receiving. So like generally what happens is like system just accept like once if you have this Gmail ID is not correct, links will not come to you and it will be a little mess, simply speaking. So just check for this this one, and I hope it will work. I'm just putting here like a street 5 lane 5 sorry 4 I'll say city put Bangalore. Five 3 0 0 1 India. So here submit. I'll just go and submit in here. Okay, so receive revenue view in here. Okay, in approval. Okay, let me view this one. So let me approve in here. So click OK. And done. Let me just refresh it. Let's approve. Done. So Rishi Private Limited is here, approved. Okay, and if I click on this view in here, so you can see the profile in here of yours, and 360-degree profile gets generated for you. Okay, so here you can see this by default, the same information is coming on your profile now. So SM vendor IDs and all those things are coming, and you can see the qualification is still not reflected because status is not registered. Okay, so SM vendor ID is VDR ID, ACM ID, AN ID is not there. So so will you be sharing your screen, or like once if I registration, so can you will be able to share your screen?
Okay.
Okay, just a second. So that everyone will get a refresh on this one again, and then I will be sorry. So these are the questions that you will be coming to you. You need to fill it up. So no, as I said, right, this is all dummy data. So nothing to you need to worry about. Just fill it up your dummy data in here, and I'm sending it to you. So registration is invitation is in progress. If I go in here, see this invite in progress. So not invited to invite in progress. And if you have your email handy, like if you can quickly check. So once you will receive this email, then it will get into invited. So sometimes it's going into the junk and all those things also. You received it? Okay.
Yes.
So, okay. So can you please share your screen so that actually everyone can understand one more time? Then I'll add everyone in here. Let me stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah. Can you see?
Just a second. Let me check this one. Yes, I can. Please go ahead. So I hope everyone is seeing that. So this is just for a like revision. So everyone understand how they need to work on it. Okay, I will be adding all of you in there so that you guys can participate, and on the future also it will be requiring. So this is how everyone has to do it. So please just pay attention on it. Still, if you have doubts, so definitely you can ask me. But I just want that, especially like login, email IDs, these things you need to be little careful so that your account gets set up in a correct manner. Okay. So let's do that here. Oh no, wait a second. Sign up. Remember everyone. I hope nobody is having a supplier account already with their personal ID. Anyone have it? Please let me know if anyone have it. Okay. Otherwise, always go for sign up and keep your email ID as username. It's easy to remember. Nothing like you can do other way also, but I'm just referring from the perspective that's easy to remember. Password little complicated, more than 8 characters, upper, lower case and digital. So keep, once you set up your password, please write it down and keep it somewhere safe, because we are going to need it again and again. It's less than 8 characters, I think. It will not take, right? It should be more. Okay. And go down at the browse. You can choose any categories and any ship to location. On the right hand side, no, you need to choose that one. Yeah, right hand, no, browse. Click on the browse, right hand side browse. Yes, click on this browse like this way. Select, just keep going on the arrows. Yeah, keep on arrow. You will see plus sign. Once the plus sign is available, you can select that commodity. Yeah, plus sign is coming, so you can select any of it. Minimum one. Minimum requirement is one. Maximum you can choose as per your own requirement. Anyone you can select. These are all dummy like this. We are all testing, so you can choose anything in here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just go down. Okay. Now ship to service location. Browse, right hand side browse. I'll say like go for global on the very top. Everyone, right, rather than choosing anything, so it doesn't matter. So here you go like you are able to provide material everywhere in the world. Global. Okay. Then checkbox in the bottom left hand side corner, you need to check these two boxes that you agree the terms, conditions and all, left hand side, and create account and continue.
Both check marks, right?
Yes, both. Yes, both. Sorry, I think something is not missed. Let go up, it will show you what is error. Password. Okay, basically password. Your password is not, I think. Yeah, check the password. So password is like little complicated thing here. Like it generally doesn't take if you have not met all these numeric digit, special character, uppercase, lowercase, 8 digits, all those things. On the right hand side, you can read like what all the like requirement for setting up the password. Create account and continue. Yeah, I still see cannot repetitive or sequential character. You cannot have repetitive or sequential character in the password. In the password.
Yeah, I don't have repeated. Let me try.
Sequential हो सकता है 1 2 3 कुछ.
अच्छा, sequential.
No, sequential it will not take. Like you need to be have something different, like not sequential. It will not allow sequential like 1 2 3 4 or 5 6 7 8 something like. Maybe some random numbers. Keep house number, bike number, car number, anything like different numbers. So anything you can keep like that way.
Yeah. Let's try.
Yeah, now it's coming through. Yeah, so it will directly take you to this link because you have come from there. Okay, so this thing you can fill it up later. Okay, so just keep your username and password written somewhere, please, because we will be requiring multiple times, and again if you want to reset your password and all, it will be like little tedious. Okay, so everyone, this is how we need to do it, and later on you can fill this form, so that will help you out. Okay, so let me create some other. In the meantime, I think Rishi, you can please like, can I start presenting from my side now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, now coming back to here in this one, and if I go here on the home page, Okay, so create supplier request here. So who wants to go next? Can you please, anyone who wants to go next, please share, like, let me know the email ID or name of the person who wants to go next. Please do not hesitate. Like, everyone has to do this. Like, anyone who wants to go next.
Akshay.
Okay. Akshay. Private limited. Sorry. Private limited. Okay. I'll just put here Akshay. And I'll just put. I hope like everyone is okay. I'm putting this Kumar, everyone's name. I hope that is fine. Right? Yeah. So can I have your email ID, please? Okay. Thank you. So domestic, I'll just put here some N in here. Street, I'll just put here street 6, lane 6 in here. City, I'll just put Bangalore.
So why do we have to create so many IDs?
Yeah, so because what is right, I want that once you have this access, okay, of this supplier, the next module, then we will be going for this one, what you can say, this RFIs, RFP, auctions. In that one, I want you guys as to participate as supplier.
Okay.
So you will understand how to put the bids in there, how you're going to respond to an RFP, how to answer the questions. So from my side, I will be showing you from the buyer perspective. And once you have the supplier as a supplier also information, how you can access all those things. So you will get the understanding how the complete cycle work.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I'm doing this one. Okay. So that you will get the Ariba is more on a practice perspective. The more you have got the hands-on this one, it's a better to like understand and grasp all those things. So that is the objective initially also, I think, been requested by me. So that's why I'm like putting these things in here like this way. So this is how generally we cover the training. Okay. Submit. So ignore and accept. Okay, done in here. Can you please check your email? Is it like, did you receive it? Always check the I always check the junks also. Sometimes like Ariba, this information goes into the junk or spam mailbox also. So please always check for that also. So it's showing from here it's sent, like it's the status is invited.
Yeah, I got the email.
Okay. So same with please. Yeah. Yeah, please do so. In the meantime, I'll just so please continue doing your this questionnaire and all those things. In the meantime, I'll add other people in here. And anyone facing any issues, please let me know. You can share your screen. I can guide you on that, how to perform anything. You need to fill it up your info and all. So please, and everything is dummy. No need to put any real thing data in there, right? Apart from your Gmail ID that is already there in this one, mobile number, address, all dummy. You can put any dummy numbers in there. Okay. So here, so who wants to go? Vinayak? Yeah, yes, please, Vinayak. So Vinayak Private Limited. Okay. If I put here Vinayak, I put here. No. Can I have your please email ID?
Yeah, Vinayak.kat.
Look here. I have just selected here. The spelling and all those things. Please check.
Jay, I can forward this invite to my client ID, right? This.
Yes. I think I'm hoping like I see from your company perspective. I hope there will be no compliance issue or something.
Okay.
Okay. See, that is I'm not aware. Like, so you can check internally, but I hope like this should not be, because this is our training, which is obviously authorized by your company itself. So these are like all part of practice workshop. So we are not sharing anything confidential here, right? These are all dummy datas and all. So I think, but still, if you have something, so you can check that. But I don't think so any issue should be there in this one. Okay. So I'll just put here city 53001 country. Yeah. And always remember, everyone has to sign up. Please do not log in. Everyone, once getting the link, please do sign up in there.
Jay, that the attached GST certificate is a mandatory field, whereas
Yes.
all vendors may not have this GST certificate.
Yes. If you are selecting no there.
Yeah, I think I selected no. Let me check again.
Yeah, please.
Insurance is no, but then there is no question for GST. It just says GST certificate. So I said NA.
That is fine. So
Then
this, as I said, yeah. Any attachment he's asking?
Yeah. Still, GST certificate is a mandatory option.
Okay. So what is coming in there? Like it needs to be attached, or what exactly is coming in there?
Attached.
And there's no option to attach?
No, there is an option, but to any supplier who for which this GST doesn't apply, then how can he attach that GST?
Yeah, I understand your concern here. So basically what happens is, these are all dummy systems. So maybe the question was being created, but not created in the right manner. Okay. So that is how it sometimes works. So for now, what you can do is you can just create something in there and
attach dummy file.
Yes, exactly. Attach a dummy file in there. Vinayak, did you check? Can you please check? Did you receive the email?
Jay, can I share my screen?
Yes, please. Sure. Okay, and let me stop it. Stop presenting. You can please start presenting.
The one I forwarded it to my client email.
Okay.
So when I click this, I got this page. It's being scanned.
Okay, so I think this is something looks like. Can you? We are scanning this link to see if this is we are scanning this link. This should be complete soon or try. Okay, I think it is still checking. I think can you refresh this page? Just refresh this page from there. I think it's loading for you. Yeah, here I think. So I think you need to just go in here. Yeah, first I think you need to accept something here. Like I think it's showing like trust content from like this one. On the top you are seeing right trust. Left and little yes. Click on it.
This one.
Yes. Click on it. No. So block content. Yeah, that is also you can see that. But trust like so basically what you are actually trusting that this email is correct. So generally this happens when you are like communicating. Click here. Yeah. So sign up. Please sign up in here. Same, all other informations are already there. No need to worry about that part. Just set up your username and password majorly first. Check that box. Use my email as my username. So remember, everyone, please remember the email ID you can setting up your as a password. No, upper one. No, don't change this username. Just check that box below. You can see use my email. Yes, this one. Yes, everyone has to do this way. Please follow this. Okay. And this is case sensitive. Remember, username and passwords are case sensitive. Like if your email ID is in small letters, so you need to enter your username in small letters. Okay, browse right hand side, please browse. Yes, please. Here you can choose anything in here. Right, just keep on going. You have arrows. Keep going on the arrows. Okay, and add sign here. Just plus anything. Just click on the plus sign. Just take one, anyone. Yeah, that is enough. One is more enough. Right hand side, okay. Right hand side you can see yeah, so one is minimum, like so minimum one, you can choose multiple, that is up to you, but minimum you need to choose one.
Connected to.
Yeah, that's fine, completely fine. Go to the ship to service location, right hand side browse option. No, they're down only. Yeah, browse here, yes please. And on the top you can see it's global. Yes, click OK here. Now check these boxes, yes, and create account. Right hand side.
Things are not mandatory, right?
Yeah, these things are optional. You can see this, it's mentioned there, it's an option, so it's not required. Anyways, this is a test system, so please understand, like data perspective, as I said, right? So please do not consider anything on a serious note in here, because this is all demo system. Everything what we are putting in here, whatever the question I'm sending to here, all these are as a sample, as a, you can say, like the demo system, demo related, right? So these things are changing when you are working on the real production system. So please do not take care of data perspective. Do not worry about that part. Now it's taking too much time. I'm not sure. It doesn't take this much time. Wait a second. It's kind of like it's kind of rerouting again and again. Okay, can you stop this and again do it again? Like stop on the cross this and refresh it. Yeah, stop loading this page and now try again. Confirm. Any other tabs are open related to this Ariba? Just check. Any other browser like down? You can see there's I think Google at the bottom. You can see the Google. Two browsers are there or something, or it's the same.
Can I stop this?
Yeah, please. Yes. Okay, can you try with your username and password? Yes, please, like this way. Okay. Okay. Can you go on the right? Yeah. Can you? No. Here you need to go on the right hand side. No. Right hand side. Review and announce your update your user profile. Create account for employees. You can. Yeah. First one. Try to clear it on the first one. You might need to fill some basic details in here. So all these dummy. No need to worry. Just. Okay. These are okay. Save. Just save it here on the right hand side. Save it here on the top. Okay. And close it. Now try to close it on the right hand side top corner. Close it. Okay, right. Update your user preferences. Right hand side, go again. Okay. Click here. Okay, to it's already there in that one. Just a second. Save this one also. Just save it. Just save it and close. Save and close in here. Okay, something is missing in here. Can you please fix the errors on this page? Okay, you can scroll down. Error will be coming with the red. Can you just quickly put anything? Like one random one, address base one, something, anything. You can just no need to put anything real address. So that thing, phone number, put in here something. Yeah, city you can put anything in here. Zip code you can put in. Okay, this is US showing here, so I'm not sure it will take that one or not. Yeah, that is fine. No, that is leave it. I think just try to submit again. I think it will take region and all those things are. Yeah, US. Put this 999 here. Just put it 99. In the zip code, you can put 9999. 4 times 9. Try now. What is happening? Please pop up. Zip code is, I think it's not valid, right? Zip code is not valid.
So the city is Bangalore and state selected is Alabama, so that is not matching, I guess.
So these are all dummies. 1 4 times 5. Try with this this number. 1 4 times 5. 1 4 times 0, then 5. 1 4 times 0. Okay, yeah, idea is so yeah. Okay, try this here. Require city. Okay, city is required in there. Okay. Okay, now the questionnaires came, so you can fill it up. Okay. So I think what I suggest, like, so the people who has done it, so they can take for 5 minutes or 10 minutes of break. In the meantime, I'll try to do the others, and then we can take other break, or if the tech in the shift, we can go for 5 minutes other people and 5 minutes later on some people, right? Yeah. Okay. So Vinay, can you please like stop sharing? I'll try to share and I'll try to do for other people. Can you please check, Santosh, like, did you receive the email? So generally it's a real time, so generally it comes quickly.
Not yet received. Not yet received. Check the spam folder also.
Yes, please check. Yeah, check the spam folders also. Sometimes it goes in the Ariba. Like, I'm not sure like how Ariba goes. Receive. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay. So him log in, like sign up. Please everyone do sign up, and please keep. I'm requesting again and again. Please keep your password and username written somewhere. Okay, because that is important. Generally people forget that one. So they said, okay, who wants to go next? Who's the person? Anyone? Pawan. Yes, please, Pawan. Pawan. Private. Sorry. Limited. I put here. Pawan. I put here. Kumar. Please, your email.
MRK. M for Maharashtra, R for Rajasthan.
MRK.
PAVAN.
PAVAN.
213. 51. At gmail.
Please check one more time. I entered everything correctly in here with the MRK PAVN 21351.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just put everything here. Okay, here if I go in the supply management back in here. In here. Okay. Done. Go in here. Supply profile. Registration invite. Send. Okay. Back to the supplier request. Invited.
Yeah,
so
I received.
Okay, thank you. So who's the next?
Anil.
Anil Kumar. Okay, Anil. Just a second. Anil. Okay. So Anil.
Jay Uday this side.
Yes.
So, yeah, when we will get this Ariba system access?
I think our team is working on it. So see,
yeah,
Akshay from ZaranTech. Akshay is there from ZaranTech. Like our this support team. So Akshay is from our Akshay is there in this one who's from ZaranTech, like from our side. So he's actually working on the access, and I think they have finalized it. I'm thinking they are already in process of finalizing some documentation on that one, and I think they will give you most probably. But they can he can give you better picture on that one because I'm not.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, actually, so regarding the access, actually the students are asking. So
My team is checking to it. They will confirm you by the end of the session.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, why? Because if we get the access, I think instead of everyone, they can create their own supply request form and they can get their form registration form into their email, right? So
Definitely.
you are creating one by one.
Yeah. So definitely, so system so they will be giving you. It just I think they are just doing some formalities in there, so they will definitely. Okay. Yeah. Can you please your email ID, please?
Yeah, Anil Kumar.
Anil Kumar
1218
1218
at
gmail.com. Okay. Now just please check if you received the email. I think it will be coming in your queue.
Yeah, I've received it.
Thank you. So next is who wants to go next? Uday, I think yours get created, Uday.
Mine is fine now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, who else
Rajesh.
wants? Rajesh, right? Okay. So Rajesh, private limited. Okay, and I'm going to put Rajesh Kumar. Yeah, can I have your email ID, please?
Yeah. CH
CH
E
double E
KATI
A. Sorry, double A like
KATI.
okay. KATI. Is it
Yeah. RAJESH
RAJESH
83
83
@gmail.com.
the rate of Gmail. Please check one more time, like if I wrote correctly or not.
Yeah. CHWKTI. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Street 6 lane.
Just ship to service, we can select it as global, right?
Yes, you can select as a global. Yes, please. Okay. Rajesh, can you please check like email if you received this?
Okay.
Okay. Always check for the spam also.
Got it.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Who's next, please?
You can
Who?
take. You can take.
Yes, yes, please. Your name, please. Nitin. Okay.
Is the
Can I-
registration has to be completed within 24 hours? Is there any time permit on this one? Ajay?
No, you can see this like 29 days. The time is there for registration. You can see on the
Okay.
right hand side. If you see that clock is moving backwards. So this thing we can
yeah.
set up. So this we can set up at the template level. When I show you the template, you can see that's how we are setting up the time here.
Oh,
Right? Yeah. So that I'll show you there.
okay, got it.
Okay, thank you. So okay, Nitin Private Limited. Okay, so I'll just put here NITHIN. Kumar. Your email ID, please.
Nitin.kulkarni@tcs.com.
Nitin. Okay, Nitin.kulkarni. Nitin.kulkarni@tcs.com. Okay, here I'll just put domestic. So, okay, that is fine. Please just check one more time spelling. I hope I have written correctly.
Yeah, it's correct. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. 6. City. Okay. Can you please check now?
Yes, I got them.
Thank you. Thank you. Who next?
Yeah, you can take.
Sorry.
Yeah, Srinivas.
Srinivas. Okay, Srinivas. Just a second.
I think that.
Srinivas. Limited. Sorry. I think wrong in here. Put it here in this one. Control X. Put here first name. Put here Kumar. Here I will be putting email ID. So you have sent me in the chat. Let me see. Sorry, are you? approval here, confirm. Done. Again, the registration. Invite. Registration. Okay, can you please check like whether it's been you received the email or not?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Um,
Okay,
Yeah.
so how many people? Anyone has submitted their questionnaire, or like how many people has submitted the questionnaire? Anyone?
I have done it.
Okay, just a second. Let me check. Okay, which one? Sorry, can you please
Akshay.
Akshay Private Limited. I see here viewing here. View supplier profile here. Okay, so pending approval. This is coming in here, and pending approval. You can see the status and whatever the response you have submitted. I can go in here and I can check. So here, if I go in here, supplier registration questionnaire. If I click on this one, I will be able to find out whatever the responses has been submitted as a supplier from your side. Okay, all items all in here, anything here. You can see this. This is accept priority. This is Canada view. This import top 5 customers applicable. Any document that I want to download, I can download this also. Okay, so this is how we will be getting the response. So now you guys like, so it's just that the activity is more from a perspective that first you will be getting your ID as a supplier that will be used in the future. Also, you'll get a little hands-on practice. So I know like some of the people you are already experienced, but our main purpose is from the perspective that we need to get all the people along with that, because people are from different diversities and all, right? So like they are having different departments, someone from different, but we want to have them from the, or like considering that the people are from the, like they are new from the Ariba perspective, right? So that is the objective we are taking here. So keeping everyone in there. So anyone else has done this one?
Yes. Rishi.
Okay, okay. Let me go back in there, back to the supplier request. Okay, maybe I'll just click in here on the supplier management. Okay. Sorry, can you please name it again?
Rishi, second last.
Rishi. Okay, Rishi Private Limited. If I go in here, view. I hope everyone is able to do it. Anyone has facing any issues, so please let me know. If anyone having any doubt, any questions on this. So I hope like questionnaire understanding like how it will be coming. Obviously that currently it's all a dummy question that we have put it up there. You can put actual there. And yes, here you can see this. Everyone can see the ANID, right? Everyone's ANID will getting updated here. Okay. And this dash T means the test account. Okay. So as soon as you log in, even though we have not, some of the people not submitted their response, but you have created your account. As soon as your account get created, I can check from here itself that your ID got generated. Okay. So here I'm going again in this one. So here you can see this company name and everything is coming in here, locations and all. Again, I can see all these informations. Okay. So I'll be showing you how you can set up all these things. Okay. Let me even try to approve yours. Okay. Let me try this one. Okay. If I go in here, so I'll be first approve. I'll be doing this approval in here. Okay. So these are the approval forms in here. Approve it quickly. Approve. Done. And I need to complete that. Just a second, refresh it one more time. Registration. I'll mark this task as complete in here. Mark complete. So basically other students keep on practicing on these portals and all, right? So that's why these questions are like, so do not mind these questions, like these are someone is just trying for testing and all. Okay, so no need to worry about that. Now you can see this registered. Okay, so in the summary page also you can see this, your status is now as registered in here. Okay, let me approve for Akshay also. I think who else also submitted?
Pawan.
Pawan. Okay, just a second. Akshay here, preview. I'm going to supply. Okay, okay. Sorry, I need to go in here in the registration. So I'll be doing this in approval in here. This task has complete too. Okay, this is also done. Sorry, I'll just go back in here.
So why is it showing some duplicacy there?
Yeah, so private limited, if you are checking, so this check also from the name perspective. So if you are putting the same in here, so it just give you the idea that if there is similar supplier is already there with the same name. So in sometimes people what they do is they register their company with different like private limited, LLP and all, right? So system just check from that perspective and it gives you like a just a warning. It's not a like hard stop. It just give you a warning like similar might be there is a similar supplier which you are adding here. It will be already there in your system. Okay, so that's like just a system trying to notify you if anything is there, so you can consider that. Otherwise you can continue with your process.
Hi Jason, is this right? I have submitted the questionnaire.
Thank you, Santosh. So what I suggest is like just a second, maybe okay, let me just do this one also. Approve in here. Mark. So done in here. Go in here. Here.
There's one compose message in there. So if I send that message, will you be getting that?
Yes. So that is also that I mentioned, right? Initially, like you can communicate via this also, like specific to that project and all, you can also communicate that one. So these things are facilities are there. So I think like this is more relevant and more benefitable, you can say, when we discuss this the RF and RFPs. Okay, that moment of time. So this compose base is always there in that, in this one. It help you to communicate anything. So rather than if you want to have it if you want to go for any communication related to the supplier, as a supplier you want to send it, or even we from something from our side we want to send something to the supplier, via the Ariba network we can use it, like within this portal. No need to separately communicate anything from the this one, what you can say, from the like from your personal email. So that option is also available. Like this is the communication channel has been also kind of opened by Ariba itself. Feature has been given so that all the communication related to the particular project or particular process that you are working on it, so it will remain in there. Okay, so that's all. Who else is left? Anyone else? Or everyone submitted the response, or anyone is still pending? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Oh yes, please. Yes, Vinayak.
Yes, I have submitted the.
I approved yours. I think I approved yours. So let me see this. You are. I have approved yours already. Yeah, you are registered now. So I approved yours. Okay, so no problem. So like you can, if someone has left in that one, so you can do it.
Can you check
Anil? Yes, please. Yes, please. Anil Private Limited here. If I go into the Anil's one. Okay, so this is supplier profiling here. Pending approval, yes. So I'll go in here in the registration. Here I will just go in this one, approval process here. Approve, and done. And here I'll go just quickly into the to-do task in here. I'll just complete this one, anything in here, and now complete. Done. Okay. So I hope everyone is keeping this username and password written somewhere. Please, I'm requesting again, because I know, like, see what happens is when you will be using it after 5 days, 10 days, like when we'll be working on these auctions and all. So you need to use it. Please be careful. It's a case sensitive. If you put 3 times wrong, case sensitive, it will get blocked, and you need to again like reset your password. It will take some time. Okay. So please write it down carefully and keep it handy. We'll be using it in the future also. Okay. And okay, any questions, any doubts on the process material? So as I mentioned, right, see, supplier request and the registration are the 2 very important one. The next we will be moving to the qualification, but I want that everyone is comfortable with the supplier request and supplier registration, because if you go in the market, right, most of the companies are using these 2. Qualification is a process which companies are using, but not very on a, like you can say, very higher level, or very on a consistent level, you can say. But this supplier request and registration is a process. Even the template for these processes are unique, whereas for the qualification and all, the different templates are there. But for the request and registration, the templates, you need to generally keep it unique in there. Okay, so from that perspective, this is how this is important from you.
I did. I submitted.
Okay, you have submitted. Let me check this one. No, I think you have not submitted. See, still I'm seeing invited here. Your response is not, sir. Okay. Anyone else submitted? Other, I think we have approved 4 or 5. I think still couple of ones are pending. Okay, you can take
mine.
it.
Nitin.
Nitin, yes, please, Nitin. I'll just check yours. You in here? Yeah, pending approval. So it will come in here. Just approve this. Okay,
Jay,
so
we don't have any mass upload kind of process over here.
Yes, we can load the mass upload also. So I will be showing you that is in the SM admin when we discuss the SM admin part of the this one. So I will be showing you that one also.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I will show you that one. So these things are there in this one. So first, okay, what I do is let me okay. In the meantime, this is there. Let me do for qualify. Okay, let's do with the Nitin only. So registered it here. Let me do for the qual. So you can see this. Everyone will be able to see this qualification will be coming only after once the what you can say this registration process is being completed. You can check anyone like us, right? So if anyone who's not qualified, so for example, if I show you here one more time back in here. Sorry, if I go in this one, just for the like checking purpose, you can check this thing one more time in here. I think Srinu was not submitted yet, so let's open his profile here. If I just go into the view and view profile, so you can see this like the status is invited and he has not submitted the response, and like he's not a registered supplier. That's why you can see this. It's still no qualification time is coming here. Okay, so this is a process. This is how it works in the system. This is how the system works in there. And you can come here back. Now let's go back in this one. So if I click on the Nitin, supplier profile. Okay, now this is the qualification. Now, when we talk about the qualification, so what is the process? Okay, so the qualification is basically a process where you will be qualifying a supplier based on a particular process. Okay, you set up some particular process in that one, process approval flow, process flow for this one, and you are qualifying the supplier based on. So here you can see this is the process button that you will be checking up in here, and you need to check the process type. Direct supplier qualification, indirect supplier. So you need to load the data into the process flow there, and once that is there, you will be choosing this one here from here. So any so this way you can choose any for direct supplier qualification or anything. So you can maintain this one in there. Once it is there, so these are the 3 parameters generally we qualify any supplier on. Like this supplier. So what is a qualification? So first of all, qualification is like I have discussed with the supplier. I have checked with the supplier, and the supplier said, sir, that I am I can provide you the IT categories related items. Okay, commodity or category, same matter in here. Now, when I'm saying is that supplier is referred me that he's good in supplying the commodities of IT related and all. So I'll maybe qualify this one only for the IT category. Okay, so this gives a confidence in our company that yes, this supplier is good from the IT perspective. Later on, after maybe a year or two, he tried to expand his business and he says, sir, I can also deliver the furniture related item. Now, for that one, I'm not confident, right? So for which commodity, category or region, so same is works on the region. For example, there is a supplier who has a head office or who has a base location in Bangalore region. Now, if you want to deliver the material, if you want to buy some material from this supplier, if he's going to deliver something within the Bangalore region, Karnataka region, definitely he can provide a better service because his warehouse is there, he's located in there, better coordination and everything. But if you ask the same person to supply something maybe in Kolkata region, right? Maybe he does not have that much of branch there, head office is not there, maybe the communication was not there, he's like still new setup in there, so people are not that much experienced or aware it. So the service will be better in the Karnataka region rather than the Calcutta region. So this basis you can sometimes choose that whether the supplier is good for this region or that region. Okay, same for the department. So if you are like, for example, admin department wants something, he will be qualifying the supplier and selecting here admin department. So they have done it, they checked it. But if the same supplier needs to be used by the R&D department, so R&D department requires more information from that perspective, right? So in that scenario, you might find that the R&D department might not use this supplier. He will say like admin department would have not done a very thorough background check of the supplier, not have been asked a very detailed, like some deep certifications related to the something sensitive that we deal into it. So that's how it is there. So these things you will be checking, and you will be setting up these things based on the supplier is good at it. Okay, you are kind of qualifying that supplier, or you will be choosing these for these commodities, or for this region and all. This supplier is a good supplier. Okay, apart from this one, yes, please.
So do we ask for any documents from the supplier for the qualification?
Yes, you can ask it. So there is another way that SM modular questions are there. If you want to specifically ask something from there, you can ask from there also.
Because modular questionnaire, again, some certification is also there, certificates.
Yes, so you can add. So that's it. Modular question is a process where you will be having a particular question specific to anything. Like you can create multiple questionnaire. Like for example, if you want to qualify a supplier and you need some information, suppliers related to the finance. Okay, like finance, they deal into only financial services. So you can create a questionnaire only for the finance related questions. That form will only be considered related to the finance question. Same way, you can create another modular questionnaire which will be having the questions specifically related to the what you can say, maybe some R&D related, or some any other specific thing related. Okay, or indirect procurement related. So those type of questionnaires you can create in the modular question. I will be showing. So modular question process is little different. Okay, it's a little different. I will be showing you that one also. Let me do this way. Okay, and the one thing that I'm especially mentioning here, remember this: qualification does not stop any supplier to be chosen at the RFP level or any event level. For example, if I say I am selecting this supplier commodity, like if I go here all commodities in this one, and I select this for apparel and legend and personal products. Okay, I'm just keeping it for this one, and I'm selecting this one maybe for, I'll just select maybe all region, right? That's not a issue. And if I select here for admin department, okay, now understand here I'm going to qualify this supplier for this these based on this one, right? Now if after qualification of this supplier on these three parameters, if I try to select this same supplier, Nitin Private Limited, for any other commodity related event, for example, now I'm doing the commodity event for explosive materials. Okay, that is the commodity that we selected yesterday, I think, right, for someone. So if I'm using that commodity and I'm trying to add this supplier, system will not stop you. Now you can say this like this is not a good functionality or something. Yes, so this is, you can say either it's a like a kind of a little lag from the Ariba side, or it's like they do not do that one. But you will not be stopped, or like you cannot like do that you will not be able to select that supplier if you are using some commodity which is either even disqualified or not qualified or not allocated here on the region or department basis. Basically the qualification and all those things are majorly used by the companies from the perspective of if they want to do some analysis on the vendor data. Like if you run a report and you want to check how many suppliers we have from this category or this commodity, or how many suppliers are we have which are from this region, or how many suppliers are there which has been onboarded by this department. These kind of reports, when you are running in Ariba, that moment of time, these things majorly help you out. You can have the data from that perspective. Rather than it will not stop you from adding the supplier in a different category, commodity or region related event.
So Jay, is this qualification form also based on a template?
Yes, we basically set up the template also in there, and from there it is coming in this one.
Okay, so these 3 fields can vary basically.
Yes, you can vary for these fields in there. Okay, so coming next in here, so it's a simple, so understand, like, say this is a process, this is a simple process on that perspective, but the effect, so that's I said, like, so the effect in here, so you can see this, these are some additional questionnaires are coming in here. So these are some which is already in the template, and these are some optional one. You can see this optional. Okay, so if you want to ask something like risk assessment related question, GDPR related assessment question, or internal finance related question, so you can ask these questions in here. You can choose these forms, and you can, so this is another way of getting the information from the supplier. Okay, so this way you will be doing this one. So let me show you one more time, like next here. So you can see this, these are the things. So this is the process, this is the supplier here, these are the commodity, these are the questions that you are going to ask from this one. If you open it, anything, like click on this one, so you'll find that. So here, this is the one question here. So these are all like sample, some samples has been created into the systems here. This is a demo system, right? So these things are not having very crisp, clear information in here, but you can do this way. Okay, so this is the process. You can understand, like, this is the process, and you can add any message if you want to. Like, I'm just writing okay here, but you can write up to maximum 1000 characters. So here it is a limitation. You can see message up to 1000 characters include in this one. Okay, so I'm just writing okay in here and send. Okay, this is how you are doing this. So it will come in here. So this is, now you can see this is the category, this is the region, this is the business. So not started. Okay, so let me just go into the summary in here first. Let me coming back into the qualification in here. So in process. So it just takes some time to reflect the data. Okay, so this is how you will be initiating the qualification. So you must have been receiving the email. Okay, and from there you can do. Now I'll show you another process of it. That
So
SM ad. Yes, please.
So what is legacy qualifications?
So legacy qualification was earlier the process where, like, you will be using from the you can say, like, the previously there's a process of it, like getting the qualification for that one, but now we are using this one, right? This is the one, like, if you find out, like, this is the more been used, this is the legacy qualification. If I want, I can check something because it's an old one, so I'll check some information on this and I can provide you later, but currently I do not, because there's a, like, old one we not used much in there. So this is the one which everyone nowadays following, and apart from this one, some clients also following the questionnaire. Simple, that is an easy way. Like, you have the questionnaires for SM modular. Okay, you simply go in here, manage. You can see this SM modular questions, whatever been set up in there. Click in here. You will find that there's a list, so you can create multiple SM modular questions from this one. So you can see this questionnaire. So here you can see this, these kind of questionnaires. Bank related information, if you want, you can use this questionnaire. You want direct material related some question, test, like people have created this one, financial stability. What type of question, whatever you want, you can create a model question with this one. Select any, you can select multiple also, but you can select any one, minimum one, or you want multiple, you can select multiple also, and then simply go in here and next. Then you can choose the supplier to whom you want to send this question. So you can see, like, it's easy. So, like, everyone, like, so this is a very basic human tendency, they always look for the easy process, right? So here you can also gather the information. Now here, if I go for, like, for example, Nitin, Nithin, so Nitin Private, or any other, like, if you go for any other, like Pawan is there, right? So if you search for any supplier, it will come in here. So I think this one we created, right, for Pawan for you. So you can simply select in this one and next. So this is one supplier, good to go. You can see this one, like, this is the one supplier here, and this is the contact. So one contact should always be there. You can see the 0 missing contact. So 0 means that is good, like, because we are not missing. So at least contact should be there. Once the contact is in here, you will be able to send this one. So you can send it. It will go to the, so here you can see this submission being processed. Okay. So these are basically, you can say, like, if I say in a very layman language and all, these things are basically to gather the information in a different process, different manner, to gather the information to require. So these things are there only from the SLP perspective. If you want to buy the SLP, so these are some, you can say, like, added advantage. Now you are seeing this system, right? So you can understand, like, what are the advantage. If you are looking for some these kind of information, you can fetch via the SLP module. The same thing is not there if you are not going to use SLP and you are simply keeping your other modules like sourcing, context. Suppliers will be there. You can load it directly. But these kind of questionnaire, gathering the information, registration, qualification, getting communicated with the supplier, all these things will not be happening there. Okay. So this is the, you can say, like, this is the process and this is the perspective from which you will be able to see in here.
Jay, Uday this side.
Yes, please.
Jay, so in the registration, we have already the supplier is integrated to ERP, right? After registration.
Yes, so like currently in our system it's not there, but yes, if your system is good.
No. In general, I am asking. So,
yes, please.
So the qualification when it will come? So after ERP integration or before that?
No, so I think, see, qualification is not linked with the integration part actually. So no, it's a, yeah.
See, once the supplier is created in the ECC, then why again we are going for the qualification?
Okay, see, okay, when you are created the supplier for ECC, okay, so as I mentioned, qualification is process to check whether the supplier is good enough in particular category, commodity, or region perspective. Right, that is the objective of qualification.
That I think in the questionnaire we have, right, a supplier is going to fill that. So he have already selected that commodities he is going to supply.
You can say, you are saying, referring to the registration questionnaire, right?
Yes,
definitely correct. That is, I'm not denying that one. I'm saying that is correct. But this is, as I said, right, more from a perspective when you want to run a report. For example, from the SLP side, you want to do a report. You want to run a report. You want to check. So generally, every company have more than like lakhs of suppliers, right? The database, and they want to filter out that how many suppliers are good enough, which can provide us the commodity related to the maybe chemicals. In that scenario, when you are running a report, this thing will help you out, because the categories and the commodities, those things, you will be only catering this thing in the SLP part. If you see, right, if you see, like, I'm not sure how it looks on the ERP side. So I'm just from my knowledge perspective also. Are you setting something on the commodity, specific commodity at the ERP side, the suppliers? No, right? Okay, so from that perspective, you see, like, this is additional information. That's why I said, right? See, these are the things which will help you to gather the information or to analyze the supplier from that perspective. Okay.
So qualification is only for analysis.
You can say that analysis, or you want to check something. For example, you want to just check it. You want to check in the system. If I want to buy something new product and someone's want to say, like, okay, I want to buy chemicals. Are there supplier in my system which are qualified for chemicals? So then they can run the report, check it, and out of that supplier, they can go with that.
Okay. But that, I think for that we will go for sourcing, right? Means this qualification will come prior to sourcing.
Yes. So first, okay, so this way you can use this one. Yes, absolutely. That's sourcing will come after this one, basically. Like, this will come prior, because now whatever the suppliers are qualified for example, I want to buy chemical, right? Okay, I will be doing a sourcing. Now I need some supplier. I do not know which suppliers are good or not. I'm new in this company. I go in the database. I will run a report. Whatever my current supply database is there, I will find out the suppliers who are good at the like chemical supplying products, okay, category. So I will invite only those supplier in my sourcing event. Okay, so this way it will help you, like, some way. So it will help you, this qualification process that we have done in here, it will help in that scenario that you just want to be invite the suppliers who are from the like, you can say, the like chemical category. So this way it help you out.
Okay, so can you go to qualification page once?
Yes, sure. So here, this is the qualification. Let it come in here. So Nitin Private Limited. So this is in progress. Yeah, this is the one. You want me to own like more on this one view?
Yeah, so this is also like a just a qualification also will have a questionnaire, right?
Yes. So you can ask any question in here, anything specific in here. So every time, like, see, this is more of a process of you are communicating with the supplier. That is the major part in here, right? So because if you are qualifying, definitely you will be qualifying based on something like generally what you will ask a customer, your supplier is, show me your purchase orders, share me some information, share me your client list, something which you will feel, yes, this is relevant, so that I can say, yeah, this supplier is good in supplying this material, right?
Okay. So there is no link up. So we don't need to wait for qualification to extend the supplier to ECC, right? After
Yes.
registration, we can sync that with the ERP.
Yes. Okay. For that one, I think let me go to the, now let's go to the SM admin side. Here, the SM admin side. Okay. So these are the things that I will be explaining you. A brief part of this one, because these are on more on an integration perspective and all. Okay. So if you see here the question that you asked, right? So this is basic data import export, and these are some default values when you are seeing in this one, so you can export this one. Here comes the major part, that is ERP integration and ERP integration status. Okay, here if we click on this ERP integration, the first one, okay, this is the process like setup of ERP integration.
Okay.
So basically, like middleware team or like integration team comes into the picture, but still I'm trying to give you the overview of it, so you get the basic idea. I'm not going to display everything like in a very detail. It's not possible here, but yeah, I'll give you a basic idea that when we are setting up the integration, so how it works on this part. Okay. Now, so if you see here integration type, the very first thing is you will see here that select the integration type. Either you are going with CIG, you are going with CPI, or any other system. So here you will be getting it here. Okay, this is, so currently our system is having CIG in here. Okay, so it's not configured, but yeah, CIG is still there. Then here you can see this integration options shall be recommended. So on this basis, you can see this ERP business system ID. So basically, integration perspective, yeah, so they will be providing. So okay, let me, before this I'll tell you this one quickly. I'll just show you this also. New slide. When we talk about integration, right, so basically what happens is left hand side alignment to text top. So here if I say, right, one side is your ERP system, ERP SYS system. Okay, then we have what you can say like in the middleware. So middleware system. Okay, then you have somewhere in this one, after that you have SAP Ariba. Okay, this is how. So why I'm putting here this arrows, like the data flows bi-direction in both the systems, right? Okay, now when I say in this perspective, so three teams, I'm especially talking now on the integration part. If we talk about the integration, we need to work along with the three teams. Frankly speaking, I haven't seen any person in the market who can do all the three on its own. Generally, like there is a requirement comes in the, like, see, everyone has an expectation of its own, right? They think like one person can do all this, but generally that is not possible, because see, ERP system itself is a very vast field, right? There are a lot of things are in there as well. Same as the middleware and same for the Ariba also, right? So ERP system, you will be having like maybe some ABAP people or developer something in there. So these people, these ABAP team or some, this team is required from the ERP side. Those people will be do the configuration, your SE16 and all those things. Then comes the team which is will be helping you from the integration perspective. So integration team. So the integration module, as I mentioned, right? Integration team. So the integration team is basically, you can say that integration is the team. It could be anyone. Like basically, if you are using CIG, you need the expert from integration perspective who have knowledge from the CIG side. If you are using some iPaaS, Dell, Boomi, all these middleware, like a lot of middleware systems are available in the market, right? Whatever the middleware the company or the client buying, you need the people who's expert in those ones. Okay, and here comes the part that is ours, like that is SAP Ariba guys. So we are consultants. Okay, so consultant will be like functional, techno-functional, or like functional consultant, or a technical consultant, or all those things. Okay, so these things you will be requiring from. So this is like basically you can say like this all three teams work together to work in a integration platform, like integration environment, where you need to integrate any system with this one. Okay, now also in this one, if you see this, so the basic architecture, if I tell you, right, from the ERP to Ariba, if I take an example of S4HANA, the language or the data that been processed from the ERP system side will be in the IDOCs.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas when you go for the SAP Ariba, everything process and accepts in the CXM, right? So this is the job of the middleware team to map those both. Here, the technical team requires a knowledge who have like integration consultant should be having a good knowledge of creating, editing, managing the XML as well as IDOCs. Because here in this one, you will be doing the mapping. Like for example, if you are sending a purchase order or maybe something data from the Ariba, CXML, in CXML, the same data needs to be mapped within a particular IDOC. Then the IDOC will be pushed into that and the data table. For example, if I say, I think this, if we have the PO number in Ariba, right? So Ariba, if some PO number been created in Ariba and pushed into this one. So first of all, in this one, what is the PO? The field that you need to map is PO number and PO date, right? Something like that way. So these two fields, for example, we are passing these two fields from the Ariba. Now we need to map these two fields in the IDOC here. So same number, this data needs to be loaded here in this one. And I think EKKPO, I think that is the table name where this data gets stored. I'm still not sure on this one. EKKPO, I think that is the table name. The PO data gets stored in this one at the ERP side. So you need to map these things. So integration perspective, this is how the system works. Okay. So integration itself is like a big field and all those things are there. That's why I'm just give you a brief here. So this is how it works. So understand here, the like, as I said, right, so our training is more focused on this because these things keep on changing. Maybe companies using some different middleware system. Maybe they are using some different ERP system. So accordingly, you can have a different team there. So we are majorly learning this one, SAP Ariba. So what we can do from our side, what our role is there, what major things we can do, or we can assist these people. So that's why the integration topics and these things are like briefly I'm covering here, so that in case if you need to support this team, so you know at least if something is being set, for example, if IDOC is coming, any request is coming from ERP via middleware in Ariba, so at least you can check some basics at least in here. And obviously, so gradually when you start working on the system, everything, so this is a basic universal rule. When you start working on something, you are getting more experience and all, you learning more things and you become better on that. So same thing happens once you start getting all the basic idea of these modules and all, when you start working on the integration and all, so you will also start little bit picking up on these things. So you will gradually learn all this. Okay, so that's how the idea of, so this is how the basic system architecture works on the ERP middleware and Ariba system from the integration perspective. Any doubts in this one? I hope like at least from a basic point of view clear.
Yeah, I'm clear on this part, Jay. So my question was, so means the qualification prior to do that, or is there any way we can see after registration, can we do this ERP integration, or do we need to wait for qualification? So
here it is. Just a second. Here it is. I asked you, right, to remember the registration process.
Right.
How the supplier records of Ariba database are first sent to the ERP system. Here you click on the manual synchronization. You see this, not invited, invited, in registration, pending, registered, qualified.
Got it. Yeah. So this is I'm expecting. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just coming on this one. So I was just explaining this first one. So I hope like this part is clear. So we will be first setting up this thing, the two IDs. Okay. And this is how we will be setting up. So that's why I requested everyone to please remember this process. right? The registration instance. You see now, when we create the supplier initially, it is always not invited. Then we send this invitation in registration, pending approval, registered. So this is the process. So here you can see this, how supplier records in the Ariba database are first sent to the ERP, right? Are first sent. So this is initial synchronization. Okay. So what you can do in these scenarios is, if you set up this, so even you are not doing anything, you just created the Ariba supplier in the you just created the supplier in Ariba system. The system will send this, like you will get a manual synchronization option, sync now, on the supplier portfolio. Okay, let me save this. I'm not sure I can do you this. Just a second, it got saved, successfully saved the preference. Let me show you this also. I'm not sure, like I think someone has changed the setting, that's why it was not visible. If
this time we can go for internal registration, right? No need to invite the supplier.
No, this is for the, like, we have set up for the supplier request. So you can see this after supplier request on the ERP side, you will be able to see the just a second, let me create a supplier request for dummy, just for the testing purpose. I think I can show you the manual thing. I want to show you the manual synchronization button, like how you can initiate the manual, because we set up the setting as manual synchronization. So let me put it here. Chemical supplier, chemical private limited. I'm just putting something here, limited. Okay, and chemical. Okay, if I just put it here, some test @gmail.com. Okay, so I think it will not go again, it will be stuck in this invited. Okay, still I think you can do that. Domestic NA address, city Bangalore, postal code 53001, country India, state is Karnataka, and let me submit this one. Ignore and submit. Done in here. Okay, chemical private limited, and view, approve, confirm. Okay, so I think this one, let me click on this. View supplier profile. Okay, so not invited, we just created it, we have not started the registration, and let me go to the ERP data. See this? Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
So
because
based upon that configuration, the sync now will be enabled. So
right,
registered stage or after qualification stage.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
Got it. Thanks.
Here you have chosen the manual option. That's why it's showing as not synced to ERP. Yeah?
Yeah, so basically, like here you can, when if I click now, right? So if I click now, you can now this will start. So you can see this integration is not integrated currently, right? So
in that case, earlier it was showing in process because we have configured it to automatic, not manual.
Automatic, absolutely, right? Absolutely. Yes, correct, absolutely. Okay, so this is how it is. So if you want, like if I click on it, so if you set up this one on registered, right? So till the time the supplier status will not change registered, this option will not visible. I'm talking about, just take a consideration manual scenario, manual integration, and you have set up the that option for registered. So till the time now, currently I have set up for not invited. That's why I'm able to see this option. If I set up that thing as registered, then till the time the supplier does not get registered, this option itself will not be visible for me. Okay, and now you can see this. If I click on this sync now, the status will change of it. So this is sync action in triggered, and you can see this. Okay, just refresh. Let me just click again and come back in here. Open this one. See in process. So if your system is actually what you can say, like if your system is integrated, so data will go and come back here and it will get a status at updated as process. But currently this system is a demo, like it's not connected with any ERP system at a backend. So that's why it's like stuck in the in process, like the response was not coming back. So this is how you can see this ERP sync in progress is working. Clear? Any doubts on this part, like the SM admin that we're discussing here? Let me go back in there. This, sorry, ERP integration, this one initial setup. So now you can see this. This is how we have set up this ERP integration setup. So if you set up for registration, manual synchronization for registered, so till the time the supply will not get registered, you will not get this that option, that the one I've showed you, right? So this is you are controlling from here. Okay, that's why I said, like, please remember these steps. So still it will also come in the future when we set up the templates also. That moment of time, this will also be coming into the picture. So please remember this one, like these are very important, you can say. Okay, so this is how it works. Same, you can see this on the automatic synchronization. So here also, like the segregation is based on this one. When the supply record is created in SF, like the not invited. Automatic synchronization when the supplier is registered or when a supplier is qualified. So this way you can set up your automate. So in this manner, for example, what will happen is, as soon as you create your supplier, I'm taking the example of first one, as soon as you create your supplier in Ariba system and his status comes as not, by default it will be the not invited, the system will automatically push that data from Ariba system to the ERP. Now if you set up this as registered, okay, you select here as registered. So in that scenario, what will happen is, after you're initially not invited, supplier you created not invited, then you invite the supplier and supplier submit the response, and once you approve it, as soon as you approve the supplier for the registration and his status change from a approval pending approval to registered, system will pick up this data and it will push this data of that supplier, whatever the supplier which has been status changed, to the ERP side.
And what happens in case of manual synchronization? Because
so manual synchronization,
if we are setting up this automatic synchronization, it will automatically update the record in the ERP. And what if we choose a manual synchronization? Do we have to push it or what?
Yes, that's see, just now I showed you, right, that one. So if in manual synchronization we need to select that. What is the manual? See, manual means
synchronization, we also need to select it.
No. We do not need to select this in the automatic synchronization. In the automatic, the system will automatically go. The process in process, it will automatically. So you've seen that, right? For
so
all of the
automatic synchronization, there are 3 options. So do we have to select any option here? Like
yes, anyone you can select like this way. You can select this way.
So this it means when the supplier is created in SM, it gets automatically synchronized to the ERP. Am I
right? Correct.
And
you do not need to
synchronization.
We need to select that option. The one option that I showed, right? That is the manual. Like manual, like you need to click on that button to synchronize. Whereas in automatic synchronization, automatically system will pick it up and do it. As per the status, as per the registration status of that supplier, in the automatic system will automatically pick the record and push into the, like, start the syncing process, ERP synchronization process. Whereas in manual process in here, first of all, if you set up, for example, if you set up registered, first of all, that manual synchronization button will not be, the option that we have just seen, right, will not be visible to you till the time the supplier is registered. There are 2 aspects. Okay,
registered, it will show in the 360-degree profile.
It will not show in the 360, like that option, the sync now option will not be visible for that supplier.
Okay, once this status is registered, then this sync now option will be visible there.
Visible, right? And then you need to push it. Even though it will automatically, that is manual synchronization. After this one, it will reflect first of all that synchronization button, and then you need to manually push it. It will not go automatically. You need to still push it. But this is the condition to show that This is the condition to show that that button will appear at which stage on the system.
Okay.
Right? I hope this is clear. Like, so this is important. Like, so these are the things we generally set up in here. So these are the requirement which is coming from the client. So now in this one also, like, multiple scenarios are there, right? Client will say like how they, so as a consultant, it's your job to suggest these things to the customer also. Like, they might be saying like, no, just keep it on the not invited. So we sometimes say that, like, if you keep it on this level, it's not a recommended approach. A recommended approach is always registered, because, for example, you initially invited, but at the registration process, the supplier not provided right documents, or he's taken out something wrong in here and all. So you've denied his registration. Unnecessarily, your some data, which is like the supplier which is not registered and not required, or like not a very good supplier, is still that data will go into the ERP side if you set up this one, right? So we always suggest like keep this way on a registered process, registered status, so that only little bit more authentic data will be pushed at the ERP side, rather than some everything which is going as soon as you are creating any supply, it's going into the ERP side. So these are some suggestions we can say, like, to when you are going as a consultant. So it's not just you are going from a Ariba perspective, you also are like having a good business understanding from the system perspective. So these kind of some suggestions, these kind of some communications you need to provide from your side, the best practices, so that the client will also understand, yeah, these guys are suggesting something which is better, or something which has been more followed in the market, or best industry leaders. So it helps, like, basically kind of overall it helps.
Jay, I have a couple of questions. So,
Yes,
like,
please.
how does the synchronization happen? I mean, is it by means of IDOC or something? I'm asking this because, let's say, vendor synchronization fails. I mean, it doesn't get synchronized. So how do you investigate, or how do you come to know that sync hasn't happened?
Okay, I'll cover that one also. So here the integration status, the next step in here. So I will be covering up this one also, and I'll show you this from the most probably in the next class.
Okay, in the fine, for the qualification part, I have got a question.
Yes,
I mean,
please.
is a qualification mandatory? No, right?
No mandatory. So it's all up to you. It's
So
your processes.
let's say you create some 100 vendors and forget to do, or maybe ignore the qualification part, then you will not have the report altogether, whether the vendor is qualified or not. Then that will be a
So
disaster.
no, it's not a disaster. Like, see, it's up to you. If you want to run a report, you do that part. If you do not want to run a report, so still you can have the data. But if you're not maintaining data, so basically, see, if you are not maintaining something in the system, so obviously you are not like having that thing very needy. Okay. So if you need that thing, so you will make that mandatory also. So first of all, see, if you will be, as per the business process, if you are checking this qualification, or you're keeping something, a task or a process for that, we need to always check the qualification of all the suppliers. So you will be communicating that same to the your within the, like, all the team member, that always do the qualification or something like that. If you're not following that, so you will not be asking your users to do it mandatorily or something like that. So it doesn't matter. So, like, see, major is, without qualification, it's not your business going to stop. Business is basically, you want to do RFI, RFP, you want quotation from the supplier, you want to business a PR, PO, release, anything, everything will go perfectly fine. It will not stop.
Jay, like commodity, region, or department, can we add other fields also?
Yes, you can add other. So like questions and all. So whatever the fields, I will be showing you that their question is there, and what all fields are coming in there, you can use that also. I will be showing you. So once we discuss the template, there's a question tab comes and the answer type in it. So you have almost like, I think, 8-9 type of answer types in there. In that one, you will find all these things in there, and you can select as per your own requirement at the template level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any check to show whether a vendor is qualified or not?
Check, like, so you can see here the profile, that is 360-degree profile is there. So you can come in here in the supplier's profile and check.
We can do the filtering there.
I didn't get you. Like, so, like, you want to check, right? So if you want to check, so you will be coming here in this one, like supplier management here. This is what you are asking, or something different?
Yeah, let us see what it shows.
So here, see, if you that is what 360-degree profile is there, right? So if you come in here, and you will be seeing that that's the same way the registration status is there. You have the qualification, this one also, right? See this one. For example, I open this supplier. If you go into his profile in here, on this status, it is coming. all for
No,
all. See this?
Jay, where we can see all the suppliers. There is
All this-
supplier tab in SAP Ariba where we can see all the suppliers in one go.
So okay, so that is
Yeah,
suppliers here. this-
that's the option.
So like this is different suppliers. So, but yeah, if you want, so here you can also see the suppliers, all suppliers here in this one, supplier management itself. So, but it comes like this way. Just a second, it's not coming in a filtering view actually, but otherwise it comes here in the filtering. Yeah.
We will have a filter.
Yes.
Yeah. Just go to suppliers.
Approved and all
Supplier,
right.
just go to suppliers. No, not
Just
here.
go to-
Suppliers.
Just go to suppliers.
Okay, yes, please.
Just lower it down.
Drop down is suppliers.
Okay, here for supplier searching, you can see, right? This one. Okay, let me find out more in here. Okay, here we have it. Here we have it. Supplier.
Then we have a filter. We can check.
I'm just checking if I can find out. Yes, so generally the filter comes in here. So like on the left hand side, that comes in here.
Yeah, right.
Yes. So yes, you can first search it out and all those things. So that also is there. Yes, that is also there in that one. But it's not here in our, like in this system, it's not enabled. I need to check, I think. So see, that's sometimes we need to manage this one because there's a demo system. So we have this one. So that's how it is. But yes, so it comes in here.
We will have options like which is ERP integrated. And
Yes. Yes, here it comes on the left hand side. You have this categories and all approved or pending. So these things comes in here. So yeah. So in this one currently, like we are having this one. So that's how it is. Here it is. It's coming right
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
So here we can see in the left hand side panel
Right.
the qualifications.
Qualifications and all this one. You can see this one. Okay. So this okay. So I'll just like miss this one. So I just didn't click on this one. Yeah, search and also it will come in. Okay. So okay guys, so I think we are overshooting time today. So thanks for the like time. I think that's all for the day, and we'll continue from here on Monday, right? Monday onwards.
Yes.
Yes, please. Okay. So
Thank you.
I hope, thank you very much. And so I just a quick feedback. I hope everything is going fine. Like the understanding from the system perspective and all. Just a quick feedback, like nothing official on it. I just want to know like if anything needs to be improved in the training. I'm all okay to just okay. Thank you everyone, and let's connect on Monday again. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.